Good afternoon, students, family, faculty, and my fellow graduates of the class of 2020. My name is Juliana Garcia. I'm a four-year ACE and Arts student at North, whose time was most spent in our school's auditorium as a part of our remarkable theater program. Although it now feels like a second home to me, that same auditorium was once a scary and exciting gateway into my high school career. We all sat together and waited in its seats for our freshman orientation to begin, nervous but excited for the journey ahead. Unbeknownst to us, the woman standing on stage, our principal, felt the same way because she herself was preparing to start her journey as a Red Knight. A proud graduate of the University of Central Florida, Mrs. Diggs began her educational career as a secondary math teacher for middle school, quickly moving on to high school and eventually the district office. Prior to her start at North, she assisted in the opening of a brand new high school in our area and served as the assistant principal for 11 years. 4 years ago, Mrs. Debbie Diggs started this adventure with us, and today we say goodbye to her as the first class she will have brought up from the very beginning. She came onto campus aware of the high reputation North held, and she met every expectation, challenge, and trial without fail. Just as ready to learn from us as we were from her, I know I speak for many of the students at North when I say that Mrs. Diggs is the most motivating and supportive principal we could have asked for. You see her at nearly every sports event, show, concert, and ceremony that she is able to attend. Her school spirit is visible not just from the red streaks in her hair or her bright red jumpsuit, but from the way she treats her students and faculty with the kindness, maturity, and respect we all deserve. She prides herself on the exceptional performances of her students in all areas, from sports to academics to the arts. She has watched as we entered this school as nervous children and now leave as young adults, capable of doing whatever it is we hope to accomplish in life. And she finds this the most fulfilling aspect of her job. A wife, mother, former teacher, and now principal, Mrs. Diggs has dedicated her life to encouraging growth, academic and personal, in every young person she meets. And it is my absolute privilege to introduce her today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Debbie Diggs.
Thank you, Juliana. Juliana is one of our many amazing seniors at North. I've had the privilege of listening to her powerful vocals and mesmerizing stage presence for the last 4 years. She exemplifies grace, elegance, intelligence, personal drive, and has a very bright future ahead of her. On behalf of all our staff members, welcome to the 2020 virtual commencement ceremony for North Fort Myers High School. I would like to thank school board members, district staff, parents, families, and community members who are joining us virtually this afternoon to support and recognize our seniors. We are so very happy that you could join us for this special event. Our senior class is nothing short of amazing. Collectively, our 481 seniors have an average weighted GPA of a 3.95. 230 students, so almost half of them, have a GPA above a 4.0, and 92 of those actually have earned a GPA of a 5.0 or higher. 83 of our seniors have already earned their Cambridge ACE diploma, with another 36 we are confident will after this final round of ACE assessments. This actually ranks North among the top 10 high schools for ACE diplomas in the entire state of Florida. Quite an accomplishment. Among our senior class, we have numerous local, state, and nationally recognized artists, musicians, dancers, actors, athletes, and members of academic competitive teams. They have been involved in numerous clubs and organizations and have officially logged almost 13,000 hours of community service just during their time in high school. They have been accepted into so many of the top universities and post-secondary institutions in our state and country, and every day we are notified of another scholarship that has been awarded to our very deserving students. I know they will continue this incredible success in the future. Today, we are celebrating a significant milestone. This is as much of an accomplishment for our families as it is for our seniors. Seniors, I want you to take a moment. Take a moment right now to reflect on these last 4 years. Freshman bash, that very first day of high school, all of your teachers you've had through the years, the hundreds of hours of studying, all those AP and ACE exams, the rehearsals, the workouts, the shows, the performances, the trips, the pep rallies. And yes, North does have the very best pep rallies. Hold on to those memories because these milestones pass all too quickly in life. Think about all of the people who love and support you and helped you get where you are today. We are all here today honoring you. As parents, we are instantly brought back to 13 years ago, getting you ready for the very first day of kindergarten. The excitement, the nervousness, the anticipation of endless possibilities. It is a blank for us, and now we're here. For you, 13 years is almost a lifetime. The last 4 years have certainly been the most intense, and at times I know felt like graduation would never get here. While 3 short months ago, none of you could have ever imagined finishing out the school year through Google Classrooms and this thing called Zoom, one thing that has remained certain is the drive and determination of our seniors. You set goals and have maintained your laser-like focus on hard work, even in the face of adversity. It is with great pleasure and pride that we congratulate each of you today. Your accomplishments and dedication have resulted in success deserving of recognition. We are so very proud of the amazing students in the class of 2020. I would now like to introduce our 2 student-selected guest speakers, Chris Perez and Braden Herman. Chris has a 6.06 GPA, has already earned his Cambridge ACE diploma, has been heavily involved in Science Olympiad and tutoring students. He will be attending Stanford University in the fall. Braden Herman has a 4.62 GPA. He is an incredible musician who has dedicated hundreds of hours to our Red Night Marching Band, which brings so much joy to our fans. He will be attending Florida State University in the fall.
Welcome parents, friends, faculty, distinguished guests, and class of 2020. Today, we cannot hear the roaring claps and cheers from nearly full arena as each of us walks across the stage. The stage has become the couches, desks, and screens we are watching on. Still, together, we are crossing over into a world full of opportunities where we are the sole determiners of our destiny. I want to preface my remarks tonight by saying this is not the speech I initially prepared. When I was first voted to represent our class and then waited till the week before to write my speech, it was a different time. Grad Bash had not been canceled, prom had not been canceled, school had not been canceled. I stand by my speech, but I took a step back and I realized this was not the time nor the place. I wanted my words to look forward into our bright future with, or hopefully without, a global pandemic. Along our journeys through high school, we've all encountered obstacles, roadblocks, and challenges of varying size and scope. Moving on from high school is like walking across a tightrope, except the safety net has been cut away. Things are gonna keep coming at us, trying to knock us down. Some of them we can see coming, we can prepare for, we can deal with without a problem. Others, like our current circumstance, are ones we can only react to. Reacting to adversity in the face of crisis, failure, or disappointment is difficult, as shown in the last few months. I imagine that many of you, like myself, were frustrated as we watched our senior send-off, our day-to-day way of life, unravel, feeling helpless. But it is always important to remember how others will be impacted. We as the class of 2020 will be remembered for what we missed out on. But right now, with everything up in the air, the class of 2021 might find themselves in our shoes come next year. Those of us becoming a part of the class of 2024 might experience a completely different first semester than we could have ever imagined. Even if it means not seeing our friends, not leaving our homes, not walking across the stage, there are still more important things we can lose. Being in Florida, we're used to seeing hurricanes for 4 months out of the year. Those can be tracked, they can be felt, they can be seen. What we are facing now, unlike a hurricane, is invisible. The steps we've taken to combat this invisible enemy have left many non-essential businesses closed, leaving millions out of work, furloughed, or worse. Small businesses, led by talented and brave entrepreneurs, may be the worst hit after all is said and done. Once upon a time, a little-known company called Barstool Sports was a small business, founded and run by Dave Portnoy. Barstool Sports doesn't even cover sports half the time, but instead focuses on pop culture, news, and highlights. Now valued at $500 million, Dave recently recounted the time and life of Barstool when he was selling his mom's cakes to keep the company afloat. Had something like coronavirus come along at that time, there would be no Barstool today. Times like these can make you question, can make you afraid to take risks and pursue your passions. So often, we can be our greatest adversary, doubting ourselves and ultimately capping our own ambitions. But even so, nothing can stop the class 2020. If we know in our hearts that what we are pursuing is righteous and just, we have to continue fighting the good fight. Our diplomas are a testament to our hard work in the face of adversity and our everlasting commitment to finish what we start. Being here today, together virtually and in spirit, stands to say that we will find a way. As I end my remarks tonight, I want to thank two groups of people who have put us where we are tonight. There are those who keep us going, motivating us to be better humans day in and day out. Our parents, our family, our friends who support us when we need it most and share in our triumphs. And then there are those who allow us to keep going. They set us up for success. They clean up after us, provide us with the resources we need to ensure we have the greatest chance of achieving our goals. Again, our parents, our teachers, the custodians, and so many more we rarely give the time of day. The one thing they all have in common is their desire to see us succeed at any cost. So, as we leave high school in the rearview mirror, let's take some time to give thanks, to give credit where credit is due, and most importantly, to set sail for our next destination with the goal of making those who love and support us proud every step of the way. I hope in the coming months we can all be together one last time, safely, and walk across that stage and springboard in the next chapter of our lives. Congratulations, and thank you.
Hello, students, teachers, faculty, and esteemed guests. My name is Braden Herman, and I would like to start by saying how honored I am to have been chosen to speak for the North Fort Myers graduating class of 2020. In the spirit of honesty, I have to say that when I was prompted with the task of writing a graduation speech, I had a very hard time coming up with things to say. There's a very fine line between saying something meaningful and saying something corny, and my goal was to walk that line with grace. It is for this reason that I will make no puns related to having 2020 vision. Naturally, the first place I thought to search for inspiration was my memory. I wanted to talk about all the meaningful experiences we have shared and how much I have cherished my time here. But when I embarked on my journey through my own hippocampus, I came to a disheartening realization. Nothing came to mind. Ironically, this reminded me of something. My faulty remembrance reminded me of something that happened in Miss Eske's class my freshman year. For those of you who didn't have her, just know that she's the kind of teacher always set out to prove a point, which can be frightening for an already frightened freshman. My initial run-in with this facet of her personality happened in the first week of my high school experience. The clock read 8:06 as Miss Eske was finishing up a terrifying debrief about what was to come in the next 4 years of our lives, when a former student of hers walked in to visit and have a brief conversation about ACE credits. On her way out the door, Miss Eske stopped her, and in an attempt to prove a point, she asked, "Do you have any vivid memories at all from your freshman year?" The student turned her nose in confusion and asked, "What do you mean?" Miss Eske repeated her question, and the student replied, "Maybe a couple, but it's all a blur." The clock read 8:10 as a chill shot up my spine. I was absolutely petrified. As a freshman, I was so concerned with making my 4 years in these hallways memorable, and here I was being told that my efforts were futile. I remember promising myself that I would make as many memories as possible, to make sure I didn't suffer the same fate. I refused to let my time here pass only to find that my memory of this place has turned to a blur. And now here I am 4 school years later, and I finally understand exactly what Miss Eske was trying to prove. She wasn't trying to make us feel like we were bound to have a high school experience not meaningful enough to be deemed memorable. She was just trying to show us that memory is not an exact science. The student that came into her class that morning didn't refer to her memory of high school as a blur because she didn't make enough memories. Her memory resorted to a blur because she had made too many. I can't remember everything that I did with my friends. However, I will always remember how much I love spending time with my dogs. Shout out Mark, Zach, Josiah, Chenille, Elvis, and all the bros. I may not remember every lecture that I sat in on, but I will always remember how good it felt to work hard on an essay and get 100 on it with a little smiley face in the corner. And that's when I realized precisely how high school shapes us. It forces us to realize what is and isn't important to us as individuals. Because the funny thing about memory is there is no choice involved. You can't consciously decide what you will remember and what you won't. Your heart decides that. I know exactly what is and isn't important to me because of the few things that stick out in my memory amongst the surrounding blur. I know friendship is important to me because when I think about high school, I think about how hard I would laugh every time I checked the group chat. I know that growth and validation through hard work is important to me because when I think about high school, I think about all those hours I spent marching with that burden of a bass drum. In this period of our lives, it can be very easy to think too much about what's to come and not enough about what was, when in reality, we need to reflect on what was in order to determine what will be. If the fulfillment that accompanies acquiring knowledge is important to you, your next steps in life should reflect that part of you. If the feeling of receiving a paycheck for your hard work drives you, your next steps should reflect that part of you. If the still silence of the audience before the curtain opens on opening night makes you feel more alive than anything else, your next steps should reflect that part of you. J. Cole himself said it best with the quote, "Wherever we go, and whatever we do, and whatever we see, and whoever we be, it don't matter." In a way, he's right. Whatever you choose to do now doesn't really matter. What matters is that you identify exactly what it is that you've learned about yourself from your time here, as well as everything that sticks out to you in your blur of a high school experience, and you apply that information when shaping the rest of your life. This fabled real world that starts when high school is over is a lie. The same feelings exist out there just as much as they do in the hallways at North. All you have to do is copy and paste the feelings you want to remain and cut the feelings you don't. After all, you know what they say, hindsight sees 20/20.
Ms. Jordan, please join me at the podiums. I certify that the students presented here have met all the requirements set forth by the School District of Lee County and the Florida State Department of Education, and they are ready to receive their diplomas. It is with a great deal of pleasure that I present to you the class of 2020.
Mrs. Diggs, on behalf of the Lee County School District, thank you for presenting the class of 2020 to me. Congratulations to these students and to their parents on this special occasion. I believe the class of 2020 will be forever remembered in history for the courageous and brave young men and women that thrived through a worldwide pandemic. You have already come through this unprecedented times as survivors. You have adapted, you have put in the hard work, and you have succeeded. I pray you find the joy in this moment as you move forward into the next steps of your journey. Know that you can do it. You have already proven this to be true by standing here today. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I cannot wait to see your contributions to the world. Congratulations, class of 2020. Mrs. Diggs, by the power vested in me, I accept this graduating class as having completed the requirements set forth by the School District of Lee County and the Florida State Department of Education, and I am ready to confirm their diplomas.
Jameson Joseph Abner. Gianna Nicole Abreu. Mark A. Osivado. Santiago Agudelo Ramirez. Sergio Agudelo Ramirez. Kelly Lynn Alquist. Sabrina Lila Alvarado. Nicole Amador. Kylie Marie Anders. Tekoa Paul Andocia. Zachary Isaac Anthony. Nora Arabasi. Hansel Arbeya Ferrer. Crystal Rose Arol. Simon Arellano III. Jericho Seth Arias. Sandro Armanana. Anthony David Arsenault. Nathan Richard Asmonda. Junan Pierre Atime. Timothy John Bearwald. Cameron Gregory Ball. Gabriella Rowan Boltadonna. Connor Michael Barksdale. Matthew Connor Barnett. Rachel Nicole Barnett. Madison Grace Barron. Isabel Rose Barta. Vanity Paige Boffman. Christopher Aaron Beck. Ryan Orlando Bencutter. Anthony Ryan Bioger Jr. Viviane Judith Bernard Hierro. Eric John Bernhard. Elvis Berrios. Lillian Rose Bloom. Abigail Lynn Bloom. Dominic Joseph Bologna. Christian Tyler Boots. Justin Gregory Borrega. Ariana Isabel Bracero. Carissa Nicole Brannon. Allison Nicole Brandich. William Morris Brooks. Jaden Christopher Brown. Christina Lauren Brownlie. Kyla Marie Brylansky. Austin Philip Bullard. Madison Claire Busby. Shaylin Grace Buddorf. Jennifer Lee Byron. Daniela Amelia Cabrera. Paige Elizabeth Caldwell. Riley Madison Campion. Sage Kimberly Canova. Austin James Cantu. Owen Anthony Capel. Alexander Carbonell. Finn Connor Carey. Thomas Carey. Isabella Jewel Carhart. Adam Lucas Carmona. Andrew Gale Carson. Kyle Lee Carson. Gabrielle Marjorie Carthy Pierre. Bryce Alexander Castillo. Spencer Logan Coy. Ethan Emmanuel Chacon. Hannah Elizabeth Chase. Hunter John Chase. Jacob Edward Chase. Madeline Ray Chase. Christian Jean Chavez. Lauren Elizabeth Chapini. Erica Monet Claire. Dalton Wayne Clemens. Delia Estrella Companioni Cervantes. Gracie Kaylin Connard. Demi Leonie Concepcion. Jamie Lee Consolino. Brianna Lee Crawford. Aaron Jean Krieger. Leodani Cristia Silva. Matteo Giuseppe Crocion. Bailey Celeste Cunningham. Felix Enrique Cupil. Tavian Xavier Davis. Logan Edward Dawkins. Alexandra Lynn Dawson. Darren Antonia Dehaney. Anthony Joseph Del Bracco Jr. James Patrick Demers. Ava Marie Denlinger. Felicia Lenore Dent. Samantha Diaz. Josue Diaz Linares. Katie Danielle Dickey. Justin Taylor Dilge. McKenna Page Diogo. Mackenzie Lynn Dobson. Ashley Cara Donnell. Erica Suzanne Dostie. Burke Benjamin Dowd. Julian Robert Downing. Luke William Dryvik. Sabrina Leanne Dubois. Matthew John Duford. Mackenzie Alice Dupree. Cassidy Marie Ebert. Faith Julia Ebers. Megan Rianne Effing. Michaela Ray Egler. Silence Marie Ellis. Michael Gregory Ellsbury. Tristan Michael Elson. Angie Encolada. Alana K. Ang. Kelsey Marie Engel. Brianna Renee Evans. Chloe Jane Evans. Lamaya K. Evans. Rhea Corin Iyer. Kelsey Marie Fallon. Sebastian Farhat. Zachary Philo Farina. Francesca Shannon Faciano. Emmanuel Angel Feliciano. Ianette Marie Feliciano. Olivia Page Fenton. Dakota Matias Fernandez. Brittany Dolores Fields. Ethan David Fischler. Caitlin Michelle Flagg. Kayla Megan Flagg. Isabel Anna Brigida Flamholk. Samantha Rose Fletcher. Abigail Marie Fletcher. Dawson Raymond Flinders. Lena Marie Flores. Connor Michael Flynn. Jacqueline Elizabeth Forbes. Jaron William Ford. Gage Matthew Foster. Nicholas Edward Frazzini. Ryan Christopher Frazzini Jr. Brianna Nicole Fundermark. Lexi Farias Gale. Mariana Andrea Galliano. Veronica Elizabeth Galliano. Augusto Marcelo Garcia. Nicole Ashley Garcia. Juliana Garcia Portilla. Nellie Rose Garcon. Kelly Grace Gargiula. Lauren Marie Gargiula. Jade Catherine Gaston. Gabrielle Linda Genest. Carmela Brianna Girachi. Scott Charles Girachi. Brianna Cecilia Gibson. Tanner Graham Gill. Brandon Scott Giampalo. Rachel Christine Glover. Zachary Jacob Goldstein. Julio Gonzalez Batista. Jordan Paul Goodwin. Sasha Elizabeth Gorbanovsky. Cassidy Olivia Grant. Kevin Harold Grassel. Chelsea Eileen Grin. Kennedy Rachel Guerra. Ornella Geedy. Jackson Todd Gully. Deborah Sharon Gutierrez. Josue Joel Gutierrez. Yaren Giselle Gutierrez. Kimberly Marie Guzman. Laura Ann Hamid. Jocelyn Renee Hammonds. Mackenzie Ray Harper. Luna Lucia Hari. Riley Kenna Hart. Emily Noel Hauser. Brooke Kaylee Hawkins. Samantha Marie Hayes. Elena Louise Heinrich. Destiny Jean Hensley. Braden Michael Herman. Joseph Hernandez. Marco Antonio Hernandez. Jessica Herman. Cheyenne Lee Hicks. Hunter Adrian Hicks. Jared Hoth. Sophia Madison Holler. Tanner Wyatt Hallway. Derek Alexander Holt. Emily Renee Hood. Joshua Aaron Hornstein. Jackson Christopher Horseman, Patrick Brian Horton, Paxton Nicholas Howard, Savannah Elizabeth Annette Howard, James Frederick Huckabee, Jacob Thomas Hudak, Amberly Faith Humes, Sarah Nicole Hunter, Kareem Syed Hussein, Luis Migdiel Ima Calvo, Angelina Marie Jackson, Daisha Alicia Jackson, Richardson Jacks, Lucas Amadeo Jaimes, Abigail Elizabeth Jalbert, Shelby Page James, Brianna Ray Johnson, Byron Omar Johnson Jr., Cheyenne Johnson, Charles Sawyer Johnson, Hannah Anna Johnson, Alexander Xavier Jorges, Hannah Nisha Juman, Alexis Ann Kowalski, Devin Scott Kelly, Haley Autumn Kennedy, Mara Jade Kilpatrick, Lydia Minji Kim, Avery Elizabeth King, Cricket Ann Knowles, Adrian Seema Kopp, Thea Leona Kreider, Jeffrey Albert Crum III, Caitlin Ann Cruz, Kaylee Marie Queck, Elizabeth Marie Kyle, Xavier James Lamb, Maya Lana Fernandez, Morgan Anne Marie Landis, Alexander Paul LaRoche, Robert Justin LaSalle, Grace Elizabeth Latore, Benjamin Caleb Lawfer, Stephanie Willow Lawless, Jordan Brooke Lee, Christopher Michael Linden II, Cole Douglas Logan, Jorge Andres Lopera Agudelo, Christian Lopez, Charles Wayne Lowe, Matthew Wayne Lucas. Teresa Renee Lutek. Anaya Marie Mack. Serena Natalie Merton. Jaron Lewis Maglot. Nathan Chris Mahadeo. Sapphire Mackenzie Azaria Major Jackson. Joseph Anthony Mancini Jr. Jada Lane Maniscalco. Chloe Rochelle Marbury. Eric Fabian Marcelo Castellon. Ariana Julia Moreno. Giselle Enid Marrero. Barbara Bridget Taylor Marrero Calles. Priscilla Elizabeth Martinez. Ninoshka Adiane Martinez Rivera. Shali Martinez Rodriguez. Kaylee Sue Mason. Cece Sila Myers. Liliane Marie Mason. Kiana Jaden Sylvie McCauley. Paul Smythe McCrae. Michaela Elizabeth Lee McCreary. Rebecca Grace Marie McDaniel. Reese Sean McDonald. Cody Wallace McHugh. Trevor Jordan McKee. Christopher Michael McNaughton Jr. Ariana Mae Melton. Zachary Thomas Messina. Taylor Brooke Metzger. Giselle Angelie Meyer. Greg Morgan Mickelson. Braden Keith Miller. Zaylin Renee Mitchell. Stephanie June Mode. Connor Douglas Money. Joshua Hunter Lewis Molitor. Alejandro Monsanto Jr. Marlo Ann Moore. Ryan Charles Morales Jr. Christian Antonio Morgan. Donald Bryce Mosley. Alat Bilal Razmi Musa. Enna Muhammad Agich. Madison Alexia Mulvey. Anthony Jacob Muriel. Emily Elizabeth Minier. Taylor Nicole Naji. Astrid Shamatu Navarrete Quintana. Julia Katrina Negron. Luke Michael Newman. Connor Lewis Newton. Quang Xuan Nguyen. Talia Wang V. Nguyen. Emma Jane Noble. Madison Jade Noel. Hannah Michelle Noonan. Kirsten Nunez. Kaylin Jade O'Brien. Alexis Megan Odebrowski. Parker James Odell. Chloe Aurora Ogles. Brian Nicholas Olive. Alyssa Jasmine Ortega. Jason Michael Edward Overbay. Ryan Allen Pagem. Mia Anielis Padilla Herrera. Miranda Lane Page. Garrett Douglas Palo. Alexis Michaela Parker. Jordan Lee Parker. Nicole Lynn Paulette. Cody Pellerito. Josiah Moises Perdomo Rodriguez. Christopher Perez. Naya Michelle Perry. Abigail Michelle Fedaplace. Adriana Pino. Scott Thomas Piper. Victoria Grace Piscitelli. Cole David Plata. Rachel Lynn Plasak. Matthias Sebastian Ponce. Trinity Elizabeth Porter. Riley Nicole Porthouse. Edward Michael Powers Jr. Samuel Allen Presby. Alexander Thomas Pewson. Alfred Malin Purvis IV. Peyton Michael Rahili. Earl Joseph Roush Jr. Trace Thomas Ray. Brian Andrew Reed. Katie Irene Reed. Colin Gabriel Renner. Carter Ryan Reynolds. Grace Elizabeth Riddle. Katrina Anya Reiser. Faye Robinson. Emiaj Jaliz Rodriguez. Manuel de Jesus Rodriguez III. Maximus Hector Rodriguez. Amy Rodriguez Martinez. Jordan Simone Ross. Lane Kenneth Rudder. Megan Nicole Salerno. Elijah James Salmon. Jack Willoughby Sanders. Tyler Corey Sands. Adrian Santiago Jr. Leah Cheyenne Santiago. Alexander Michael Santos. Nicola Blair Saria. Joseph Daniel Schoenrath. Mackenzie K. Schomer. Claire Marie Schreiber. Matthew Ryan Schwartz. Olivia Faith Semeka. Jameson Alexandra Seeds. Daniel Lee Seibert. Stephen Michael Serences. Megan Marie Serrano. Nikki Alyssa Sexton. Brandon William Shearer. Alexis Cheyenne Sheridan. Darius Marie Shiner. Casey Lee Siegfried. Jamilept Silva. Alyssa Zoe Silva Falcon. Sarah Lynn Sinclair. Angelica Carolina Scrabe. Julian Henley Slaybaugh. Colton Bradley Smallwood. Rayenna Jameli Smith. Tyler Andrew Smith. Dylan Christopher Snedden. Samantha Lee Snyder. Donovan Edward Supa. Blaze Austin Sparks. Sarah Rose Spoor. Hannah Elaine Starrock. Aaron Keith Stevenson. Isaac Isaiah Stein. Brecken David Sublette. Paige Marie Sutphin. Samuel Colton Sutphin. Harley Ray Sutton. Gabrielle Marissa Ann Schweitzer. Chelsea Marie Taylor. Janaria Ashlyn Taylor. Carlos Jr. Taryn. Carly Ray Thomas. James Sidney Thomas. Riley Sage Thurmer. Ashley Tobon. Renee Mackenzie Toya. Killian James Tonjes. David Manuel Torres. Giovanni Luis Torres. Marco Eliud Torres. Sean William Torrico. Jada Leigh Turoni. Joseph Michael Trotta. Michael Joseph Trotta III. Caden Robert Doherty Turcott. Haley Ryan Turner. Tyler J. Valenti. Nicole Elizabeth Van Meter. Joshua David Varner. Dylan Jared Vascones. Serenity Anna Maria Vasile. Hayden Vaughn. Jan Carlos Vasquez Rivera. Koi Min Vu. Anastasia Genevieve Walborn. Alexis Jade Walsh. Caitlin Marie Walsh. Jocelyn Walters. Sean Michael Ward. Haley Joyce Watson. Haley Lauren Weaver. Sierra Lachelle Weaver. Shaniel Levon Welsh. Tori Cassandra Wensink. Claude Kimball Watley IV. Mackenzie Faith Wheeler. Alexis Michelle White. Cara Renee White. Michael Richard Whiteneck. Catherine Wong Weinert. Brianne Elizabeth Wilbur. Joseph Scott Wilkins. Morgan Marie Williams. Riley Lynn Williams. Alyssa Marie Winkle. Julia Johanna Werka. Logan Parker Wolf. Jacob Samuel Woodard. Mackenzie Janice Woods. Zachary Russell Webker. Justice Jovan Yepes. Brianna Nicole Young. Aravel Kiat Buckholt Zaliauskas. Matthew Edward Zawadski. Eileen Rain Zeller. Jana Marie Ziegler. Eric Julius Zinn. Daria Sergeyevna Zlivko.
This is the part of the graduation ceremony where, as the principal, I typically share with the graduating class some additional reflections and bestow upon you words of wisdom as you commence into this next stage of life. This class is very special to me. It is the first class I have been with as principal for all 4 years. We started this Red Knight journey together, and I have loved every minute watching each of you mature and grow into the young adults you have become. While we started at North at the same time, you will also be leaving North with Mr. Drake. Mr. Drake is retiring this year after 39 and a half years with the district. He has been a constant presence at North since 1998. That's 22 years, which means he has been at North since before you guys were even born. For his years of service, his love of the Red Knight Nation, and by virtue of this class being his final graduating class, I thought it most appropriate to give Mr. Drake the honor of being the one to provide the final message to the class of 2020. I give you Mr. Drake.
It is my honor to address the North Fort Myers High School class of 2020. I'm thankful to be a part of the entirely unique experiences of this group of students. I want to thank several groups for the opportunity to have been a part of North Fort Myers High School history. The Lee County School Board, superintendents, and district administrators, and especially the past 7 principals of North Fort Myers High School who kept me on their staff. Like all of you, I too am graduating. I have had the best job for over the last 22 years working at North Fort Myers High School. North High has provided each of you with a firm foundation. Each of you know the #1 rule at North Fort Myers High: respect. You know the school philosophy of pride, tradition, and success. I'd like to remind you that North success is based on those principles plus some others, one of them being, and it is best explained in a poem entitled "The Real Good" by John Boyle O'Reilly. What is the real good? I ask in musing mood. Order, said the law court. Knowledge, said the school. Truth, said the wise man. Pleasures, said the fool. Love, said the maiden. Beauty, said the page. Freedom, said the dreamer. Home, said the sage. Fame, said the soldier. Equity, said the seer. Spake my heart fully sad. The answer is not here. Then within my bosom softly this I heard. Each heart holds the secret. Kindness is the word. May the class of 2020 have experienced kindness at North Fort Myers High School. Periodically, I have made announcements over the school's intercom system. 2 last announcements. Be someone who makes someone else look forward to tomorrow. And once a Red Knight, always a Red Knight. Fare thee well.